Welcome to Existentialist Science, the radio show that explains how everything, from the first atoms to you, became. Looking at the night sky nowadays, we cannot help but wonder, how could all of this come to be? It all started with the first atoms, which were not equally distributed in space, with minimal differences that enable gravity to start grouping them. Those accumulation areas are known as nebulas, or even stars' nurseries, as these atoms collide and create heat. Protons fuse in a process called nuclear fusion, which enables photons to shine, creating stars. This was a process that brought our sun to life. There were materials left, however, which by the force of gravity orbited the newborn star in a disk shape, the so-called accretion disk. The leftovers started to stick together by gentle collisions. When a mile large, those groupings were called planetesimals. This process of agrupation and collision continued for about 100 million years, until 8 stable planets remained: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, and our home, Earth. But what made half of them small rocky planets and the others gaseous and big? From the start, the outer planets were more gaseous, as the heavier materials pulled closer to the sun. But there was another process that emphasized the difference. The energy and particles from the sun formed a stream named the stellar winds, which were strong enough to blow away ice and gases from the 4 inner planets, leaving them solid and considerably small. Mercury's size is the subject of speculation between scientists. They suspect the collision of a large object in its crust caused only Mercury's large iron core to remain. Planets were made of molten rock. Eventually, they all cooled down with one fundamental difference. While smaller planets like Mercury and Mars fully became solid rock, Earth and Venus remained in an in-between condition, where the crust is solid but the center is still molten. Rocks collided with planets, and it is speculated that one of those got partially molten in a collision of Earth and formed the Moon, which influences the speed of rotation that used to be 12 hours and became 24, as well as ocean tides and climate stabilization. This was how our solar system as we know was formed. Thanks for listening. This program was sponsored by me in 20 years. If you're wondering how that was possible, I traveled in time and got rich enough to sponsor my past self. Goodbye!